What up, y'all? Another great day here in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is going to be mainly geared towards my history and my surgery that I had in 2010. So, if you're part of the sleeve community, the surgery community, you probably want to tune in. If not, you can still listen. It's kind of an interesting story. It talks about my decision making process and how I went about it. So, as I've mentioned in many past videos and on my Instagram, I've been overweight my whole life. I was 300 plus pounds at 13 years old. By the time I was 20, I was well into my 400s. And sometime in my 20s, I hit the 500s. Got close to 600 pounds, 31 years old. And that's kind of where I'm going to start the story. I was 31 years old. It was 2009. I was living in North Carolina at the time, had been in North Carolina for a few months. I was unemployed, depressed. I was having marital issues and, living on unemployment. So basically, I was broke. It was a tough time, the toughest time of my life that I remember, and probably would be the toughest time of my life. So that's 2009. My wife at the time asked for a divorce. So I did what any person would do. I started to try to pick up the pieces and figure it out as I was about 600 pounds, severely depressed, separated now, no job, and not too much money. Called around. I made one call to my mother. She said, come home. A week later, I was back up in New York, 31 years old, living in my parents' basement. At the time, I thought it was the worst thing in the world. But it turned out to be an amazing, amazing, life-changing time in my life. So I went back there. I could barely move, basically. I'd have to use the arm of the chair to get off the couch or the chair. I would have to use something to push myself off the floor. I would have to sit on the bed to put on my clothes, and it would take, probably 5-10 minutes to put on my clothes, and I'd be a hot, sweaty mess when I was done. I was reluctant at first to really do anything, but through the help of my family and my friends, I started to lose weight. All along, I'd been trying to get the surgery, but a lot of places wouldn't do the surgery for me. I was too big. I didn't fit in their CAT scan machine. There was complications. Whatever the story. I ended up at Westchester Medical in 2010. Funny thing is, I was going through all my pre-surgery work, and I found a job in 2010 as well at my current company that I still work for. There's a training period there of like 90 days that you must be there for the whole thing. They wanted to do the surgery like right away. It was, I found out I qualified for the surgery like 3 days after I got the job. So I pushed off the surgery to July. I started my job in March. But that whole time between July of 2009 and July of 2010, I was losing weight on my own. I lost about 200 pounds. My mom, she cooks very healthy. She takes care of herself, takes care of my father. We had a junior high school track that I used to walk on every day that was right around the corner, literally half a mile, quarter mile from my house. And we also had a gym in town, Planet Fitness, that I would go to frequently. I had nothing else to do. I was unemployed, so I would do that. I would sit in the room and listen to AOL radio at the time and play those silly Facebook games, Farmville, Mafia Wars, and all of that to keep my mind off of eating and my hunger. So that's how I spent my days for close to that, most of that year, and I lost 200 pounds. A lot of my friends were like, well, you're losing weight, you're doing so great on your own. You've come down from about 560, it was my highest weight. It was 375 by the time I hit surgery. Like, you lost all this weight. Why do you want the surgery? Well, I knew if I didn't get the surgery, there was no way that I was keeping that weight off or anywhere near close to that weight. And I was probably going to gain all the weight back, plus some, probably end up immobilized and, just stuck to my bed, as you see on some of those shows and as some of you may know or may have dealt with. It's a very rough life. I probably would have been 600-700 pounds on a boomerang because I have gone through yo-yos where I go down and I go back up. Got the surgery in 2010 at 375 pounds. Within a year to a year and a half, probably sometime in 2011, maybe early 2012, I was down to 245 pounds. So I think it was 2011. I was probably down to 2,245 pounds. From there, once again, that's my lowest weight. It's like a block for me. I was down to 245 when I was 16, and I was down to 245 when I was 32, 33 years old. From there, I started putting the weight back on. By the time I moved back to North Carolina in March of 2013, I was 330 pounds. By the time that summer rolled around, I was up to 370. And eventually, 2015, I went back up over 400. And I've been over 400 probably the last like 18 months to 2 years. The good thing is the clothes that I'm wearing today are the clothes that I bought in June of 2015. So at least I've been wearing the same clothes for about 2 years. So I haven't changed size too much in the clothing. If I didn't have the surgery, I wouldn't have the restrictions I do now. I still can't eat like a pig. Part of the reason I gained the weight back, I can tell you right now, is slider food. So if you're in the surgery community and you're having the surgery, please avoid slider foods. I used to eat crackers with cheese. The cheese is okay, but the crackers, they were not. They would just slide. Potato chips would slide. Biscuits would slide, like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit that would slide very easily. If I eat the right things like chicken breast, pork chops, turkey, fish, I get full pretty easily still. I can't really finish a big chicken breast. I can't really finish a good piece of steak. I can't finish like a salad, broccoli. It fills me up pretty good, green beans. All the stuff that I'm supposed to eat still fills me up, and I still have restriction, and I know this. So I just have to stay away from those things. For the past year prior to this 34 days that I've been going, I ate a lot of French fries. I ate a lot of potato chips. I ate a lot of biscuits. A lot of stuff that I wasn't supposed to eat. A lot of nachos. Stuff that turns to mush and slides very easily. So I know I need to avoid that stuff. Right now I'm on a very good low carb kind of keto diet, and it's working out well for me. I think I'm eating too much cheese, and I'm still having milk, so that doesn't really put me in ketosis. I haven't got keto sticks to test. I'm not really that advanced right now. I'm just exercising, trying to eat better, clean up my eating habits. I haven't ate anything like French fries, potato chips, mashed potatoes, biscuits. I haven't had any of what I used to have, so that's a good thing. This video is running kind of long, so let me just tell you, keep following me. I'll definitely get into it more. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram. You can also message me on Facebook. You can leave a comment here on my YouTube, or you can get me on Snapchat at SMACDADDY77. My Instagram is MAC_motivation. My Facebook group is Mac space motivation space nation. Look forward to hearing from you all, and I'm still trying to motivate as I go through the journey. A lot of you all are motivating me, so keep up the good work. Let's get it. Let's go.